What's up, y'all? Varlin here,
Vampira here,
and on today's edition of DK Games,
special edition.
of DK Games, it's very special because this is the first video me and Vampiro have done together for quite a while now.
Quite a while.
Circumstances outside of our control have prevented us from filming together, but we're here today trying to catch up and do as much as we can for you guys. So let's get into it.
Deadpool style.
I can't believe you just put that in there. Today we're doing a belated, what's the word I'm looking for? Review of the Deadpool video game. Right there.
Right there.
Deadpool. There it is. Anyway, Deadpool. Long awaited. Fans have been waiting for the character to get a solo project.
Not just fans, like you just said, man has been waiting for this game.
Since the dawn of time.
Man has been waiting for this game.
Not just his games, I'm still waiting for the movie game.
Oh yeah, no.
But we'll settle for the game in the meantime. And what did we get?
Don't get me started.
Nolan North reprised his role. Let's get into it. We're going to start it.
We're going to kickstart it with the good stuff.
And then we're going to talk about the bad.
Yeah.
Nolan North. Good as Deadpool. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Hilarious. Deadpool's one-liners as well as some of the...
The cutscenes were funny, come on,
funny,
man.
especially
that scene with Cable.
The achievement for beating the ever-living piss out of an unconscious Wolverine was enough to make me crack my ass up.
Speaking of achievements, just getting 2 achievements of getting your ass off the chair.
That's brilliant. I did like that.
You know, I was like, hey, this game's easy.
There's a lot of funny lines, a lot of funny moments.
Even the character design, I didn't have a problem with Deadpool's costume. The graphics were just shocking though.
Oh, it was very cheap. It was very
it was washed down.
Okay, we're getting straight into the bad. So we talked about the good was Nolan North. Now let's talk about the bad. The game
Itself.
repeated like the same enemies every corner.
Bottleneck to the T.
Yeah, it's so limited. It's just a basic hack and slash. You go through button mashing.
The worst thing is, this is made by High Moon, who made, Fall of Cybertron. And I was expecting a lot more from them. You know?
But you get disappointed.
No, of course. Yeah.
Let's start off and we'll talk about the game plot.
Yeah.
The game has no plot.
Nothing.
But as from a Deadpool game and the way they sort of did it,
it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
That all of that will be skipped. It's Deadpool. He's completely
volatile.
maniacal. He has no idea. It's the character. It sort of fits well.
Yeah.
Then we'll talk about the gameplay. The gameplay, like I said, very repetitive. Just going around hacking up the same bosses over and over.
You have like 5
over.
different enemies.
Well, that's it. Even the bosses, like I've just unintentionally said, is the same 4 bosses.
Yeah, that's it. And I wouldn't even classify them as bosses, considering how easy it is to beat them.
Well, I had trouble with them in the last.
The end. You get them all 4.
Spoiler alert. You get the 3 bosses you had earlier in the game. You have to fight them again at the same time. I had a little trouble with that initially, but it took me 2 attempts. The first one I died. The second one I got through.
I had more trouble with the Sinister clones, to be honest.
Sinister was easy. Yes, I didn't have an issue with that.
Yeah.
Before that, you got wave after wave of enemies.
No, that was just
game
annoying.
Mechanics are a bit flawed.
Yeah.
The weapons aren't that impressive. It was cool that you can change the weapons, but it was not really a dramatic style.
No.
Same with the executions. The executions were entertaining the first couple of times you saw them, but when you repeatedly see the same execution over and over and over.
Yeah. And then eventually, Deadpool's jokes just got a bit washed up.
I don't know about that. Some of them are stupid, but that's
Deadpool.
It's the character, Sometimes it's hit and miss with comedy.
I like these jokes at the end of that, where you saw the wave after wave after wave of enemies, and he's like, one of his voices is like, "There's more of them." That was pretty funny.
Taking the piss out of itself.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it makes fun of the budget.
I think they knew how poor they were, and they just went with it. They knew they were making a flawed game, so they chose to poke fun at it and make it look like they intended for it to be that way.
I don't think it was worth the $70 we had to pay for it.
No, there's no unlockables.
Nothing at all.
So there's nothing that makes you want to replay the game.
No multiplayer. You do have some challenges, but they're pretty much the exact same stuff that you did during the game anyway.
Yeah, it's nothing really
So by the end of it, you're sick of basically fighting waves of enemies. You don't even want to bother to do the challenges.
No DLC.
Nothing at all. There's a map pack, but that's it.
One little map pack.
Gives you two maps in it and 2 skins.
So and the skins are only available during the challenge map. So
my recommendation for you guys is don't even bother buying it brand new. There's nothing. Yeah, we finished it in like 6 hours.
Yeah, I think it was under that. I was off work that day and went to pick it up and just sat there and played it, and I finished it before the afternoon even arrived. So didn't take long at all.
No replayability whatsoever. But all in all, the first half of the game was entertaining.
It has its moments. Yeah, like you said, the cutscenes are the funniest and the most entertaining part of the game. Especially, I love the elaborate setup of how Deadpool set up this big orchestrated event to point the X-Men towards where they had to go, and
that was hilarious.
I found that hysterical. And even my wife, who's not a comic book fan and not a video game fan, she even pissed herself laughing at it. So that says something. It has its funny moments, but the game wasn't worth the money I paid for it.
The thing that made it unique in a way was some of the levels, which I was hoping to get more of, the 8-bit level and the side-scroller level.
Yeah, the sides, they were nice touches.
They were nice, they were really cool, but that was it. You had 2 levels that were different, and one of them's not even a level, it's just a little section.
Yeah, a piece of a level.
Yeah.
So, you know, they did have good ideas, they didn't really capitalise on them enough, or they didn't have the budget to try and do either. I think the game would have been cheaper as an 8-bit, so you think they would have saved money if they did a whole level.
Yeah.
But it has its ups, not many. Like I said, Nolan North being the primary
voice.
The voice, you know, he's most of the ups. His work is Deadpool. The gameplay is what really let it down.
And not to mention, you know, the sacking of 40 staff, of the High Moon staff.
Well, after the product that they produced, if they weren't sacked then, they should have been after. So, out of 10?
I reckon just above 5, just above 5.5, maybe a 6, if that.
See, I can't even go that
I mean,
high.
the first half of the game saves it for me, but in the end, it just died.
No, I think that comes down to it. I'm gonna have to go the Bret Hart treatment.
4 out of 10.
10.
4 out of 10.
So that's our Deadpool review. Hope you liked it. If you didn't, let us know. Let us know in the comments. Tell us what you think. Give us your thoughts. Alright, so don't forget, if you liked the video, like it. If you didn't, dislike it. Yeah. Comment. Subscribe for more.
And by the way, don't take our word for it. I mean, check out the game as well. Like,
go
see
out.
what you think.
Well, don't buy it. Don't buy it. Whatever you do, don't buy it. Rent it.
Rent it.
Or buy it pre-owned.
Yeah.
And don't buy it new. If you see it new, just walk away from it.
Yeah.
Okay, so until next time, we're out.
Lo behold, #1 fangirl is hot!